All right, good morning, everybody. How we doing? How we feeling? A little bit of a technical difficulties this morning. It's all good. Officially hump day. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our calendar. Today we got the JOLTS job openings at 10. Crude oil inventories at 10:30. Tomorrow we have the core CPI and initial jobless claims. And Friday we have PPI. Looking at the power range. All right, for the NQ future sessions today, we got a high of 12,674.75 with a low of 12,640.75. At the time of this posting, we were trading bearish, down 0.14% with a volume of 44K, which is still pretty light for this year, relative to this year, and an ATR of 195.39. All right, let's go ahead and look at that on the chart. Get rid of this Bitcoin alert. As you can see, we've been kind of just slowly overnight trading bearish down into that first fib level, 6.18%. Or was it 61.8%? Nothing really exciting in terms of the price action. And before I forget, let's go ahead and, well, I actually did forget. It's been an interesting morning. Get that quote of the day in there. And the quote for today: never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. All right, from the great Babe Ruth. Just gonna let that one marinate in your spirit. While I continue to get myself together here. Just in time for a pre-market snapshot. Gotta update my chart. There we go. With this low volatility and this low volume, I feel like I need to be a little bit more aggressive, but we'll see. As usual, I'm going to just go off what the market gives us. I'm not going to try to force anything. I do feel like if we have a significant move, it's going to be to the downside. We could use a little bit of retracement, but we don't have to get it. Definitely don't have to get any retracement, but it does make sense to have some retracement at this point. Also, just want to go ahead and put this out. Already, I got a couple weeks ago, I said I was going to make the video for a spreadsheet. I already recorded it and edited it. So, still got a couple of back office things to do. But it is definitely on the way here the next couple of days. I'm actually thinking about doing like a Patreon type situation. Uh, so that if whoever is a Patreon, you don't have to wait for me to post my latest videos to YouTube. You can get early access to it until I get all the back end stuff done. And because there's some of course I've said this before, but there's some things that need to be put in place in order to correctly post a YouTube video for it to have the best effect. So but if I do open up the Patreon, one of the perks would be you get early access to the videos, as well as anything else that I create. So that's one thing that I am thinking about. So let me know in the comment section or description below if you're watching this after the fact, if that's something that you'll be interested in. It ain't gonna be I'm not gonna try to rob your pockets or anything for it. Just it's gonna be something really simple. All right, let me see. Gotta check back over my pre-market checklist. Feel like I'm forgetting something, but I got everything checked off. I think it's just because I had a little technical difficulties this morning. Threw things off. Can you tell that my sound is coming through? Looks like it is. I got some bearish momentum coming in. Still got a long time before I can place a trade. I have to wait for this candle to close before I can make a decision on what I'm going to do. If it closes, like I wanted to, then of course I'm going to ride the momentum. May look for a slight pullback. Just depends on how it closes. I want to get, if I can get the best price that I can possibly get, I'm going to do it. But, if it starts running on me in a way that I just need to get in, I'm open for that as well. If I look at a 30-minute, we do have some pivot serving as support, basically at 600. I have to be aware of. Pretty much down through 560 or 550. Actually, it ran a little quicker than I wanted to, so I'm going to see if we can get some pullback. I don't want to be too aggressive on it. Kind of chopping around right now. I didn't get in like how I would want to have gotten in. I'm looking for a pullback now, like it's a small pullback, and I go in light because I am keeping this support at 600 in mind. I don't want to be too aggressive and then end up having to do too much. But it looks like it was trying to continue to run. So at this point, I'm definitely going to have to wait for some kind of pullback. It would have been ideal to get in around like 550, 599. But I think that would have turned out to be a scalp. It would have hit my break even, trigger my break even, and hit it just from just looking at the price action. pretty much my perspective is pretty much bearish until like I would say 665. Gotta have a sort of have a double top in the on the 3-minute chart at that price. So I will take the pullback, and then I do my strategy as I normally do it. First order is there. With the size of those two red candles at the open, looking at 3-minute chart, of course. I'm gonna be a little more aggressive on that one. I think it would take a lot for it to to trade bullish. For this to turn into for us to have a significant move to the upside. What's good, aka West? Just a couple ticks, about a point away from getting filled.
Order filled.
All right. Go ahead and move my stop out of the way. When I take the screenshot, I probably want to include the stop because I just placed that out of the way. But I want to keep it there, as a pretty much like an emergency brake.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Be sort of aggressive with how I load into the trade, but not trying to be greedy. Where's my target? Oh, okay, I see what happened. So I only went in 2 contracts. So we'll see this in the screenshot. Actually, I'm gonna have to change this. What is it? 602.
Order submitted.
Alright, so it's
Order
being
canceled.
weird. So what I don't like about NinjaTrader, it's hard to adjust the strategy the way I want to. Just gonna have to leave it as is.
Order filled.
So I, entered into the trade 2 contracts initially, and now that I loaded into the contract. I loaded into the position to where I have 6 contracts. More than likely, is going to add to that as it continues to pull back. But after the whole reason I'm bringing this up with NinjaTrader is now that I have a more sizable position, I was able to split that initial target. So now I could adjust the target the way that I want to. Well, I still have my first target, then I have my main target, and I could even play with it some more and have multiple targets, which I'm going to do if I can. So if I can show it. Let me switch my screen over so that it makes sense. Alright, so before this one, it was 6 contracts. So I was able to, right click it, and then it gave me some options. But the only thing that sucks about this is it gives you some options to where you can split the trade or split the order. But the only thing that sucks about it is you can't adjust the number of contracts. So you can't manipulate it too much. You can only take what they offer you. So I would like to split this, down to 2 contracts and then have another target in here. So what I may end up doing is the second target. I may just end up using my order. What do you call this? The order window, the trade window on the right of the window of the screen or the chart. Just buy the ads to take 2 contracts off and peel away from the position. If it does what I want it to do, of course. Looking for another drop. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's see. I have something in mind. I want to adjust this. Since I
Order canceled.
am where I am. Let's see.
Order filled.
Oh, I gotta hurry up.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Alright, so now I can adjust it. Keeping in mind, I'm not gonna change my bearish perspective until around 665. And I'm not at that level. I'm not gonna change it. That's when I'm gonna start reassessing and looking at what the price is doing. My bias is bearish until unless it trades up to 665. If this 10 contract order gets filled, then I'm going to be looking to get out quickly. I'm not going to try to, get a big move if this one gets filled. The purpose of this is just to, move my average price so that, I don't need a big movement to get back in profit. And then, it's a way of managing the risk, because I do have a sizable drawdown with this Leeloo account. And I felt like it would kind of do this. I didn't think it would, it would trade higher, this quickly. But this has been the common pattern for December. We have the sell-off, and then we have like pretty much a V bottom, and then it just chops around for a while. Yesterday, I think we had after it did that, we had sort of a sell-off. Yeah, it sold off again, then it bounced at a new support level, and it continued to trade higher very slowly. So I can see the game that they're playing, but at the same time, I don't want to make a lot of unnecessary adjustments to my strategy, because my strategy, is able to, you know, it still works. It just doesn't work like I want it to within this kind of price action. Just use it as an opportunity to sharpen my saw. I like that, how it looks like momentum is slowing down to the upside. So we'll see if we can get some bears coming in here. We can get a quick little sell off. Also keeping in mind that we've been bearish the whole future sessions, or the whole session for NQ. In fact, what's the rest? Let me look at the rest of the market. So YM is just pretty much trading sideways, but has a wide range. ES really isn't doing anything at all, just chopping around sideways. RTY is doing its own thing. Nothing exciting across the board. Been a really slow December.
Order filled.
All right.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Of course, just a reminder, the plan right now for me is just to get into profit and get out quickly at this point. This is kind of one of the candlestick pairs that I look at to be um, bullish, but it's kind of weak. It's not the perfect setup. Normally, so what it is we have the body of this candle inside the wick of the previous candle, but you would want that previous candle, you would want it to be a little bigger than that. Like this is the perfect. This one looks better. That's just from my perspective. That is not any recommendations to make any trades in either direction. Quick disclaimer. I don't know why I felt like I took another screenshot. I didn't. I like that candlestick pair there.
Order filled.
Alright. I felt like it could keep going. It could keep going lower, but I just wanted to go ahead and follow my plan, stick to the plan. And I went ahead and just took the profits based off the price action. Even though I do think it could drop some more. But I did make a plan, so I had to stick to it. Change up the tunes. Yep, and it did what I thought it was gonna do. Yep. Of course, hindsight capital is saying I should have kept it, but once I made the plan, I had to stick to it, and that would have been really nice. So I'm gonna do a quick little breakdown of of that previous trade that I took. And the whole mindset of what the plan was and why I did what I did and everything. Just to give a little context. So the original order happened right here. Actually, it was a little bit below this, but where I have the 613 line. That's why I originally got in the trade for like 2 contracts, and as it continued to trade higher, I loaded into the position. Realized my fibs were wrong. Alright, so I used my levels and the volume profiles to load into the position. However, once we got up here, once we started trading up here, the plan changed, because what I wanted to do is I was looking for it to pull back and then kind of turn over based off of this previous resistance here. But it then I had a little buffer space up here, but it actually ended up taking out all of that and trading into the zone where I want to start thinking about risk mitigation. So if it would have if it would have followed my plan and it would have rolled over here, then I would have just let it play out as the strategy is designed, to take the first target and then the second target, based on how many contracts I have in the position. But since it didn't follow that, and it ended up getting into my zone to where now I'm starting to think about risk mitigation. Then I have to change that from that original plan, and now the goal is not to get a big play, but now the goal is to not to lose money, basically, or to walk away from what was a losing, was starting to be a losing trade, and walk away with a win. All right, or with in the green, however you want to explain that, right? You get what I'm saying? So that's why I changed my outlook up here, even though I felt like with this price action, since we were looking at momentum slowing down, and we coming into a key level, which is right here. This is the power range low, which also served as some resistance or some support before, and now it's serving as resistance. There's a lot of reasons for the price action to do what it did, or the price to do what it did. However, since my original trade was not based on that, I can't, I got to stick to what the plan says and what the strategy says, right? Because above all, what's gonna, keep you consistent and profitable, within this game is the consistency and the discipline. More so than a good strategy. Like, I've always had a good strategy, but my issue was the consistency and the discipline. So that was the whole, mindset and everything behind the trade that I took, which looks like will be the only trade that I'm going to take today. Which it's not terrible. It's not what I would want it to be, but it's not terrible. It could be a lot worse, so I'll take it. And Hindsight Capital also says, while I was talking, I could have taken this short at 606. That would not have been a terrible trade. Even if it, if it doesn't continue to trade lower, I still like that setup. But I was busy talking. My philosophy, if I don't get what exactly in a trade the way that I want to, I just skip it. I won't try to chase it. I won't try to I just get in at a worse price. No, I don't want a worse price. If anything, I want the best price. So even in this market that's not really the best for my strategy, I'm still finding opportunities. So I know that, okay, yeah, I'm missing this move right here, which would be wonderful to be in, but the market will be open tomorrow and the rest of the week, so there will be another opportunity. I don't have to get each and every opportunity. I just gotta, when I see them and I'm able to take it, I gotta be consistent in that and stay true to that. But this would have been really nice to catch, in hindsight, of course. And this is the kind of move that I was looking for back when we had that first 3-minute candle. $5.80. Yep. What you looking for, the bounce, or are you looking looking at it short? Because there are a lot of pivots in here historically. We look at, yesterday's price action. Or just the previous price action. You got decent support all the way down to 520. So just from my perspective. One at 559. Also another one at 549. Just a real quick one at 530. 520. So I like it. That's why I would have been looking to get out if I took that short. It's a nice bounce in that 5 580 to 570 range. So while this is not the ideal, price structure for me, there is some consistency. I am saying consistency in the morning session so far this month. In terms of the way they're playing the game. I think that's gonna do it for me today. Go ahead and close up the shop for the day. So just to put out the announcement again, I do have those because we got more people here now. So I do have more. I do have those videos about the Sierra chart spreadsheets. I do have those coming out. I already got 2 of the the 3-part series recorded and edited, so all I gotta do is do all the back office stuff, and I'm gonna put that out within the next couple of days, so be on the lookout for that. And other than that, appreciate y'all for coming through. Good luck out there. Hope y'all continue to find some success in the market, and I will talk to y'all on the next one. Trade it easy.